The angels described in ancient scripture were not the peaceful beings most people imagine today. In many biblical accounts, their appearance was so overwhelming that humans fell to the ground in fear the moment they saw them. These were not soft, glowing figures with wings of comfort. They were something far more terrifying and far more powerful. The question is, what did ancient people actually see? And why did they describe heaven's messengers in fear instead of comfort? To understand this, we must go back to the earliest descriptions found in Scripture. In many modern depictions, angels appear human-like, calm, gentle, almost familiar. But in the earliest writings, their descriptions are far more complex and unsettling. Some accounts describe beings surrounded by fire. Others describe creatures covered in eyes, moving in ways that defy human understanding. And almost every encounter begins the same way. A human sees them and immediately falls in fear. One of the most mysterious descriptions comes from the prophet Ezekiel. He describes beings that do not move like humans, but like living energy. Their appearance is difficult to explain, even in ancient language. Wheels within wheels, covered in eyes, moving in every direction without turning. Above them, something like a throne. And above that, a presence so overwhelming it could not be directly described. Ezekiel does not describe peace. He describes intensity, overwhelming power, something beyond human comprehension. In another part of Scripture, beings called Seraphim are described. The word itself is linked to fire. These beings are described as having multiple wings, and their presence is tied to burning purity, something so intense that even prophets felt unworthy in their presence. Then there are the cherubim, not the small baby-like figures often shown in art, but powerful guardians connected to divine spaces. Their role was not comfort, it was protection, restriction, power. Across all these descriptions, one pattern appears again and again. Humans do not react with peace, they react with fear, silence, collapse, awe so heavy it feels like danger. This raises a strange question. Why would something divine be described in such terrifying ways? Some believe these descriptions are symbolic, metaphors for spiritual power beyond human language. Others believe ancient humans were trying to describe something they simply could not understand, something so far beyond their reality that fear was the only language available. Whatever the truth may be, one thing remains consistent across all accounts. These beings were never described as ordinary. They were described as overwhelming, unexplainable, and unforgettable. And perhaps the most disturbing part is this: every encounter changes the person who sees them forever. Because once you witness something beyond human understanding, you don't return the same. The question is, what exactly were they seeing?